If you ever feel like you're building an airplane while it's already in flight, you're not alone. Today, we're diving into the future of AI and product development in the age of DeepSeek. We are going to cover how open source AI is fueling and rapid innovation and what it means for developers and product managers like you. Are you ready, everyone? Please fasten your seatbelt, keep your tray table up. This flight is about to take off. Hey guys, this is Dr. Nancy Lee, a direct product featured in Forbes. I've helped 1,000 people land a dream PM job offer in FAANG companies, a unicorn startup, and continue to get promoted as a product leader. In this channel, we talk about tech trends and free product management training. Like and subscribe. Check out new video every Tuesday. Today, we have a special panel discussion with our guest speaker, Austin Sun. Specifically, we're going to discuss the future of AI and product development in the age of DeepSeek. And I am Dr. Nancy Lee. I'm also the founder of Product Manager Accelerator and also founded AI Product Management Bootcamp, which we help students gain hands-on experience building AI product. And in the past 2 cohorts, we've launched 23 real-life AI products and helping people start their own AI startups and as well as becoming an AI product manager in leading tech companies. If you're interested in learning more about AI Product Management Bootcamp, you should go to our website, pmaccelerator.io/AIPM below to learn more and join our free AI workshop to start get free training today. As many of you guys know, working with AI can sometimes feel like building an airplane that's already hovering down the runway and there's immense potential, but also a sense that we're figuring out the rules as we go. And that's why today I love to invite our AI expert, Austin Sun. He's a senior director of data science with computer science degree, law degree, and MBA, and also has his own AI startup. Today, he will shed light on how DeepSeek, a groundbreaking open source AI movement, is rapidly reshaping our industry. We will talk about everything from the rise of reinforcement learning to the evolution of rise of developers and AI product management in AI-driven world. All right, so Austin, welcome to today's talk. Can you quickly introduce yourself to the audience? Maybe not everybody have known your full background yet.
Oh, sounds good. And thanks again for Dr. Nancy having me for this talk. I'm really glad to joining and just glad to see a lot of people interested in AI, especially it's super hot topic. So my background is I have about 15 years of working experience in tech and related industry. My latest title is the Senior Director of Data Engineers. I supervise like data engineers, data analytics part, as well as data scientists and then engineer security as well. In the American tire distributor, it's a automobile industry supply chain companies. I'm also a co-founder of Cozy AI, which is a SaaS company focusing on the contract work. And academic background quickly is computer science as bachelor masters. I have MBA from Rice University and also a legal degree from Cornell Law School. Talking about DeepSeek, and then I'll get back to Dr. Nancy if you have any specific question you want to see what is DeepSeek before I go dive into that.
Yeah, okay, so in short, and thank you for joining Austin, and looks like you have all possible degrees in the world right now, like computer science and plus law degree and plus MBA, and you're able to shine the light on of all the AI models through business perspective, also the technical perspective. First of all, let's do this. Let's quickly have an overview. I understand today's audience, not everybody are developer who knows all different models. Not everybody today get hands-on experience playing with like OpenAI or API right now. So let's give introduction, an overview regarding what is DeepSeek, why it matters, so we're on the same page.
Yeah, sounds good. So that's a really a great question. So what is DeepSeek? And first of all, like DeepSeek is an like technical definition is DeepSeek is an open source AI project that is fundamentally changing the AI landscape. So why I'm saying that, like a few keywords like open source, like AI is changing the AI. Why? So first of all, is if you compare that with most famous like ChatGPT or Google's before that there is a DeepMind, now it's Gemini, and other company has a Claude, have and Microsoft has Copilot. A lot of things the AI model. So the changing of DeepSeek, it is first of all is open source. Open source meaning is free is everything is public. So everyone can just take it and use it. That's important open source. All other AI models, they are closed source. So we have to pay for use that. And the second is DeepSeek is much efficient, which meaning is when you're using that is doesn't require you to have most expensive computer system to using that is lower the cost. So these two is make DeepSeek is different.
Cool. Austin, do you want to share your screen regarding different kind of like open source, what the GitHub interface look like, so people look like have a general understanding regarding what the DeepSeek model look like? I bet lots of you never really download your own DeepSeek model. Go to GitHub or Hugging Face, check out those free open source models. So let's give people an overview regarding what's it look like, and what any free guide they have for you, everybody, to use this open source model right now.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm currently sharing my screen. I hope you can see there's a page. It's a GitHub link. It's under the DeepSeek-AI. So it's there. The source code is here. And everyone can see that, oh, here is the code. The different version of that is all free. You can use it, and a lot of repository is there. And then the most famous one of DeepSeek is called DeepSeek. The version is V3 that compare with ChatGPT is 4.0. And then DeepSeek R1 is compared with open source, like OpenAI is 1.0, which is giving the analysis of reasoning of we can see it can really think as a machine, as a human, and then give you the recommendation of what they do. So let me dive in just a little bit technical deep here. So the fundamental of the system of DeepSeek, similar you can think of all other modern AI models, is all coming from a few layers. So it's running the code in parallel, which is they will have a lot of workers to supporting DeepSeek working, similar to other AI models. And different company may using different framework. And then it's computational and communicational overlapping. I know this is complex, but you can get a feel what is the step and how is DeepSeek running in the backend and how the model was training. For example, if you ask the questions to OpenAI, ChatGPT, or DeepSeek, this is the basic structure is how it's going to go through underlying the secret. And then if you're decoding the face and they have the MLP, have dispatch and combine them together with different attribute, and then they will compare with the result and then dispatch another steps and then go with that. And then finally we'll compare everything, give you like output. And then more and more regarding the load balance, performance, and then how to handling the API request and what is the pre-field and then after field, the decode load balancer is all kind of using this framework. Is all there. It's all open to public and everyone can use that. So that's kind of a super high level is why we can see the secret of AI coming from DeepSeek because it is again open source.
Oh. Cool. All right. Thanks for sharing. So everybody, yeah, we're also going to link the GitHub depository for everyone to access. And after we turn this into the recording, and you guys can all just like play around and check out how it works. And now, Austin, let me ask you this question. What are the major technologies and the breakthrough that make DeepSeek stand out right now? We all heard the news in terms of, hey, DeepSeek is like, DeepSeek R1 model is as good as ChatGPT O1 model out there. It can do advanced reasoning. It's pretty good. It's also lightweight. There's lots of hype about DeepSeek for a while. It's like going literally very viral on Twitter right now. So can you give us a little bit more breakdown regarding what are the technology breakthrough that make DeepSeek stand out right now?
Yes, very good questions. So as mentioned that there is a few advantages of DeepSeek compared with OpenAI ChatGPT. And then the first number one, I mean, their major technical improvement is looking is they have new framework and how they, the first one is called like Flash MLA is an optimized AI model that is to structure-wise design the high performance AI chips. And they reduce the computational cost while remaining the superpower processing power, which meaning is as a traditional, if you want to train a AI model, you have to use super expensive GPU card. I mean, that was the secret of why NVIDIA stock is super high. I mean, because the GPU costs a lot of money. But DeepSeek, they have advantage on the algorithm. So they don't require the expensive chip. They can use the regular one. They can use the cheaper one to replace the expensive one, but they can still achieving the same performance. So that for the company is a cost saving. So this is the Flash MLA. So again, it's public, it's open source, and this is a framework that can be used to optimize the training steps on top of GPUs. And super clear. I can share this link to all of you and Dr. Nancy's after this call. And the second one is
Austin, before we let me follow up question. And inside the AIPM bootcamp, last time when you gave a talk, you did a comparison in terms of how much lightweight compare with Llama. Remember regarding the like Llama models, maybe it's like 10 times bigger and using the same kind of performance, and DeepSeek's model itself is much smaller. Can you give us like size comparison, like easy for average people to understand without knowing how to code? You said lightweight, how much lightweight, right? Maybe before in the past, if you're on a Llama model, you need, I don't know, super 10 size, the supercomputer now is one, like whatever. Let people visualize and define lightweight for us.
Yes, that's very good question. So Llama is a model from Meta, is open source as well. Their model, latest one, I think is the last one I checked, is Llama 3.2. And their full size model, I mean, full size meaning is including all the parameters. That's like a few hundred billion parameters. That's a lot of parameters. And the larger the parameters, meaning that it requires larger memories of GPUs. So there's some benchmark tests have been made for a gaming card like RTX GeForce 4090. Is a high-end gaming card. It has 24 gigabytes of memory. You can basically play on any kind of like the FPS or other like high performance games on your laptop, just one GPU card. So with that card, the Llama model can only fit into that's 20 billion parameters. That's kind of the max, or maybe 25 billion parameters. But for the DeepSeek, you can put the full size of model, which is 761 billion parameters all into that. So which meaning is with the framework they have, with the latest algorithm they have, and also to fit into the full size model with just a single gamer card is making it possible. And also it means that in the backend of OpenAI ChatGPT, they have like a lot of GPUs, hundreds of thousands of GPUs in the backend to supporting a lot of people to access that. But now, if you have a card, GPU card 4090, and you have a PC, you can host your own personal AI models at your home. Instead of before, if you want to host a model at home, then you probably need to put out like $1 million. Like $1 million compared with $1,000. How much difference? That's a lot of difference.
Well, the 1,000 times difference in terms of your hardware investment to even run a model, run an open source model. Got you. Thank you. Thank you for make it simple for everyone to understand the huge differences. Bacon is 1,000 times lighter compared with the other Llama, the open source model. Cool. And if you do not want to pay for ChatGPT OpenAI, the API cost, and actually it's very expensive because we are currently inside the AIPM bootcamp. As mentioned, we already launched in the past two whole cohorts. We launched 23 different kind of real life AI product, and even within AIPM bootcamp, currently we are launching AI chatbot, AI resume writers, and also AI interviewer. We are actually paying for all the API costs right now, and also all the AWS cost. Actually, very expensive. Literally, people start using it, become very expensive. That's why one of our team, which is the AI chatbot team, they're building basically like virtual Dr. Nancy Lee. In the future, you can talk to me, but talk to my AI. So that one is currently running on DeepSeek because we want to experiment how much better and also saving costs. So all the latest usage and learning, we're going to give you continuous update as well as we are building our own product. Cool. Okay, awesome. So let's continue. We talk about the number one biggest technology breakthrough, which is Flash MLA. What about other things that's relevant to DeepSeek technology that you need to point out?
Yeah, the other two super cool thing is called like DeepEP, and as well as the GRPO algorithm. So DeepEP, let me share my screen quickly. And again, here's the open source. So this is the communicational library that is for the experts parallelism, and which meaning is when you training the models, like when you want to train your own personal like deep like the AI models, you need to training that in all the different kind of GPU kernels. Like you don't have to require all the GPU the same, or you don't need a super big GPU, just like a bunch of random machines. And with this giving library, then you can just put together a bunch of GPUs and can parallelize and optimize training tasks on that. So that is another advantage for the companies in the enterprise level who want to continue tuning the model on top of DeepSeek. So that's another advantage. And then for the GRPO algorithm, that is also a major breakthrough in the reinforcement learning. If you don't know that, I give you a little background of all the AI models is coming from the natural language processing, and after that is deep learning as well as reinforcement learning, which to tuning the model to make it more like uh, finishing to the one directions and giving the outcome. So that is a part of that to use the DeepSeek R1 when there's a reasoning process, it takes a lot of time. But with this algorithm, again, it's increased the performance, it makes it faster.
Now, Austin, let's continue dive deeper. Can you give us high-level overview regarding why do you think open source model is disrupted today in terms of DeepSeek? You mentioned that you kind of talk a little bit regarding is more lightweight and it's cheaper to invest in hardware. Is there anything else you wanna dive in on this topic before we move on to the next one?
Yeah. So let me reinforce that. So the traditional AI, like OpenAI and then the Google Gemini and others, so they operating that in a closed ecosystem. That restriction access to their advantage technologies, people only access the APIs of whatever paid platform. So, but DeepSeek creates and then break the barriers to smaller companies or the company with lower budget who can only afford a cheaper price, and DeepSeek given the opportunity to operating accessing the code, do the research, and then developing any like modern widgets to the public. So the result is the developer communities is benefiting that from open source and with this cutting edge AI, but with the lower cost. So that was the main reason.
Cool. So, thank you for explaining on that. Now let's do this. Let's also compare DeepSeek with existing leading AI models, which you talk a lot regarding, hey, it's open source, it's cheaper, it's more efficient, it's better. But what about the performance, right? And more than performance, just a general comparison between Gemini and Claude or any other existing models out there. How is better or worse in different aspect?
Yes. So there is a professional algorithm and another algorithm, sorry, the professional organizations, they do the benchmark and they have very strict standards how to evaluating a model's accuracy and performance. And then that's all the public. You can just Google, see like the AI model ranking. You can get the top one result. And then so the DeepSeek compare with OpenAI, ChatGPT, and then the Gemini, Cloudy, or others. I mean, it's not fair to say that who is number one because it's right now it's AI competitions. Every company's new model will take the lead for a week or another, and then other companies will take the lead for another week or another. So my conclusion is that's all on the same tier. It's all tier one model. And then the DeepSeek V3, R1 has been the number one rankings before, similar to OpenAI, similar to Gemini and Cloudy. So they're all good. And the performance-wise, I don't doubt they're all good, just based on accuracy. The cost-wise, that's the most advantages of DeepSeek because
Yeah.
it's super cheap.
Cool. Let me make it simpler for people to have an easy understanding regarding the model, how it look like. Based on my preliminary research, you can see it's very simple in terms of DeepSeek is more efficient, but the overall performance might not be as good as other models or other like OpenAI class latest models. Really depends on when you compare, how you compare. But currently, if you compare efficiency, it is more efficient compared to others because it's more lightweight and with limited resources, you get a lot more. So that's roughly how you see it right now. Of course, the detailed performance level, ABCD, different things, you can use all the tools and do your own comparison. Actually, we have in week 4 training, and we have a website, the tool where you can do comparison. If you guys are inside AIPM Bootcamp, go to week 4 training. We have like 3 hours deep dive and doing one by one comparison between different models. And the tool is going to help you to decide what model to use based on your application. Let's say if you're building AI chatbot and are you looking for high accuracy or are you looking for speed? Are you also considering like cost, many different, like 5 different parameters you need to consider. So we have more information there. Feel free to go to week 4 training. But here's in a high level so that for people to really understand what's going on, it's more efficiency is really good. But individual performance depends on what your application is and which one you choose to achieve the best outcome for your own model. Okay, and something very funny. We originally used OpenAI when we built our AI chatbot, and we switched to DeepSeek just because we're considering long-term growth for the company, for the software people usage. We also switch model in the middle as well. Just like many different things changing. As I said, we're building an airplane. The entire AI industry is changing so fast. So that's why I feel everyone needs to get updated regarding what's the latest model, what's going on, and how to select the right one for your own like application purposes. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier, some of you guys asked question regarding, hey, how to join AIPM Bootcamp. You can join our free AIPM workshop first to learn about if you actually want to become AIPM. Okay, and then after the workshop, you can learn more regarding how you can join AIPM Bootcamp, which we're going to launch the AIPM Bootcamp in a few weeks, and feel free to check it out. I'm also going to put the link to the AI workshop in the show notes as well. Website is also AI like pmaccelerator.io/AIPM. Okay, capital letters, AIPM. Cool. All right. So now, Austin, let's continue. And can you tell us more regarding more real world impact and examples related to DeepSeek?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So the real world impact of DeepSeek is already visible. Like a lot of developers, researchers, and then even the business, they are leveraging they're like the compatibilities of the DeepSeek in different applications. For example, there are like a AI powered research tool that accelerating the scientific discovery. And I think like the Google released like the Notebook LM, that is the AI tool that can help you to do the research on the paper. And there are also like a low-cost AI-driven automations, allowing company to implementing AI without massive pricing tag, and also the other like expensive model. For example, the Spring Boot and framework just plugging with they can plugin with DeepSeek to accepting the lower cost model of AI. And then some other startup is using DeepSeek as well as AI models to building the innovative product. And there will be a lot of examples. Like you can probably can see that all the industries, the startup companies trying to do the pitch deck and then get a lot of innovatives in the AI world. And then I just remember that this morning I saw the news. Microsoft has released another features of AI, which is called the Omni Patterner V2. So that is a DeepSeek model, and then plug in the prompts from the Microsoft. It can use your voice to control your laptop. just purely use the voice and then tell them, okay, click that, and then click what kind of buttons, and then can handling the computers with all of that. And even including is like you can say, I'll go to the Walmart and then buy a pound of apples and deliver to you. And then that AI model will open a website for Walmart and then import search and then finish the payment and know what is your address and then have someone to deliver to your home. The full automations is doable. It's
This
just a
is
demo, but it's doable.
this is awesome. Just launched today, and yeah, I gonna check it out. Everyone should go and check it out. We'll also get the link for you
Yeah,
guys
a
to
couple
start
days
play.
ago.
Oh, this is awesome. Cool. Microsoft, another side quest, side news. Okay, I watch all the news, the movement, because I do all the AI plus strategy. I understand what's every doing. Within 9 days of DeepSeek just launched its model, it was like a big debate at the beginning, and Sam Altman saying, "Oh, you took our models and trained yours. That's why yours better." And but within 9 days, DeepSeek launching its model. Microsoft is the first cloud company immediately saying, "Oh, if anybody want to run DeepSeek, you can go to Microsoft like Azure and run your DeepSeek right away." Within 9 days launching, even if Microsoft is also co-investor into OpenAI. So I'm seeing right now because this is kind of wave all the different big companies start to adopt and try to use DeepSeek and make sure they are not like missing out on this wave right now. So therefore, I recommend everybody keep your eyes open. You may not choose to use DeepSeek to run your own AI product. It's okay, but you need to know what's out there, who else is using that, because this is part of your own product strategies. Okay, cool. But anyway, too much talking on my side. Let's continue doing more deep dive. And so based on what I understand, Austin, so sounds like DeepSeek is more than just an AI model. It's a movement because it's by breaking down the barriers, making AI more accessible. Do you agree?
Yeah, 100%. So it is empowers the developer to create innovatives and even to push the boundaries of what is possible in AI because it's open sourced. And whether you are like a scientific researcher, developers, or even the business leaders, the DeepSeek provide that there's opportunities. You can leverage AI in a way which is previously is super expensive, is undoable.
Cool. Awesome. So let's continue the track and regarding the different kind of future AI development and AI training model. You talked about it earlier regarding how DeepSeek training its model is different. It's actually using reinforcement training. Can you tell us in general? So what is reinforced learning, and why reinforced learning is a game changer for AI models?
Yes, so great questions. Like this is a technical question. So reinforcement learning, someone calling in short like RL, is a major topic for AI in the past few years. I mean, that's is like more than 10 to 15 years. And now it's been using like in all kind of models like other AI models or DeepSeek especially. So reinforcement learning is a method where AI learns by trials and errors, just like human do. So instead of relying on solo or pre-labeled data, like the traditional supervised learning, the reinforced learning allows model to make decisions, receive feedback, and adjust their behaviors accordingly. This is particularly powerful when training AI systems that need to be reason plan or making like some complex decisions. So the key word here is it will learn from the mistake of the machine make, just like human. So that's the reinforcement learning.
Cool. So, thank you for the high-level introduction regarding reinforced learning. Can you right here, let's continue in terms of why the current GRPO algorithm is actually one of the biggest game changer, and that is actually DeepSeek's biggest contribution to the entire communities. Can you share us more regarding GRPO algorithm?
Yes. So GRPO is the stand for the Group Relative Policy Optimizations. And so that is another game changer algorithm. So it's one of the DeepSeek biggest contributions to the entire algorithm. So the traditional reinforcement learning methods, like the proximal policy optimizations that requires the complex value functions to estimate of what can slow down training and then the cost to the like unstable. But the GRPO, like the group relative policies, that value functions to focusing on the relative rewards and making the learning process much faster, it's more stable, and then even more scalable for the larger AI models. So that is a big breakthrough.
So let's break down a little bit. And as I told you guys earlier, and this talk become more and more technical. So can you elaborate regarding what is relative rewards?
So the relative rewards is okay, that's the make it a little bit complex. So the deep learning, when the reinforcement learning that, so they learn from the mistake, how to let the machine knows this is the mistake, this is not the mistake. Very simple. So if the machines do things right, give them a reward, just like a kids, give you rewards, maybe a candy, but this is a reward, is a reward system with the score of that and with a positive score. And then give a punish is meaning is giving a negative score. And then the machine, the reinforcement learning training for that is they will go with direction of which reward get highest score. And the relative reward is meaning is I don't give the reward for all the possibilities. I only pick a sub-relevant, which is subset, and giving a subset of reward. So this is to reduce the size of the training and make it much faster. But the question is how? Then that's the secret in that algorithm. They can use algorithm to pick up which subset is the relative one. I hope that
Very cool.
makes sense.
Yes, yes. Thank you for breaking down for us. It's actually very cool. You're right. So which one is the true relative rewards, and that's their like secrets. Cool. So now let's continue talking about reinforced learning. Why reinforced learning is actually making AI more autonomous.
Another super good question. So traditional models that relies like heavily on massive pre-training dataset, but reinforcement learning allowed AI to refine itself in real time. Again, remember, there is a reward system. And by using the reinforcement learning, so DeepSeek models can continually improve their reasoning skills. So the iterations of training, rather than be supervised or constrained by the static dataset, is a dynamic process because of their reward system. And the reverse learning also opened the door to self-learning AI agent. It's capable of adapting the new environment without human interactions. That's the secret.
Very cool. So in that case, what about hallucination? Did it introduce more hallucination?
Yes, absolutely. So it introduced, but also there is a way to reduce that. So like introducing the hallucination is not scare. The scare part is if or now there is a way to limit that and reduce that. So it's similar to our other AI algorithm as well. So there is rules and algorithm to evaluations to compare with that with the testing data set. So again, this is also part of the secret of what is the group relevant reward system. How good is the reward system? So if the reward system is good enough, they can self-correct what is the wrong data they have.
I see. So this is all part of their like secret regarding how you're able to make the algorithm better and so reduce the hallucination, have a better relative
One
rewards.
more thing is, I mean, I use the word secret. It doesn't mean like they don't tell you. I just mean that it technically is there, it's open source, but like I use a secret word to summarize what is the complex technical details within one word secret, or maybe the improvement words.
I see. Cool, cool. Maybe next time we can have another more technical deep dive regarding reduced hallucination. If any of you guys are interested in next deep dive, let me know. Like this video and also leave me a message so I know we want to go. You guys want to go deeper, or we'll make it simpler for you guys next time. Cool. So now let's continue. Talk about the challenges that reinforcement learning and because while reinforcement learning is incredibly promising, it's also faced several challenges. Can you tell us what are the challenges reinforcement learning has right now?
Oh, yes, fantastic questions. It's facing the similar challenge like the all the reinforcement learning like before and now. So number one is the training instabilities. Yes, the reinforcement learning that require the extensive tunings to ensure they don't diverge from the optimal learning path. And which mean that like there will be always like human to interact to make sure, okay, is the way that deep learning or like a reinforcement learning is always finding the best route, a best path. If not, then human will jump in and then to make some change to keep tuning the algorithm. And the number two is computational cost. It's the same thing. So all the reinforcement learning, they are costly. Even as that DeepSeek is cheaper, but it's still based on a lot of money. The baseline is a lot. It's just cheaper compared with other competitor, but the training itself is still costly. I remember that the DeepSeek companies, they said they spent $1 million to finish the training of the since the company founded. Compared with other company, $1 million is a lot. But compared with what OpenAI has spent, $1 million is nothing. And the last
Yeah.
one is the reward hacking. They're always a bad way. So AI models sometimes find an intensive shortcut to maximizing the rewards. And just like kids, sometimes the kids want to get a shortcut and then be a lazy. The algorithm is do the same. So this is unexpected. And then researchers and developers who train the model need to find out if there is a hack and they need to kill that or prevent that. So the final thought of the DeepSeek applications of reinforcement learning, and particularly with the group relevant policy optimizations and demonstrating that AI can move beyond statistic knowledge and become more adaptive, self-improvement agents with called autonomy. And this is the fundamental shift from the traditional AI training methodologies. It is giving the path of is more intelligence, is more reasonable driving AI system.
Cool. Thank you for doing this kind of tech deep dive. So now let's switch gear a little bit and understand our job and the future. Not just job itself, the entire revolution of like AI, how it's impact the future of developers or product managers. Is going to replace our job, or when we develop software, we don't need software developer anymore. So how is actually change the developers' roles in the future?
It's another great questions, Dr. Nancy. And people scared. And then honestly, I'm scared as well. I'm scared like what AI could do in the future. There is a joke. It says the developers develop AI and AI replace developer job. So what I can see that there will be a few, maybe a three categories of future developers with AI empowered. So number one is the AI architects. So those are the expert designing and training AI models. They will be responsible for developing a better algorithm, refining the neural network, and then ensuring AI models remain efficiency and then unbiased. This group will be highly specialized and in great demand. The categories number two is like high-level software engineers. So like those engineers won't necessarily build AI from the scratch, but they can use and integrating AI into the real-world applications. So thinking about AI-powered customer service bot, business intelligent data analysis tools, or maybe the automated coding assistance. So this group of people will be essentially for bridging the gap between AI and practical business applications. I mean, you can imagine that. I'll give another example, like Microsoft Office Suite, the Excel. We still need to calculate the numbers, but now instead of using pen and paper, we use Excel. So people need to learn how to Excel, but still do the work, which is bring the gap between the real business need and the tools. And then lastly is like a low our entry level coders or the automation engineers. So I think this kind of developers primarily work on the repeatable coding tasks like writing the standard API calls, maintaining the legacy system, or fixing the minor issues. And in my vision that unfortunately, like this group of people are the most at risk because of AI, especially the models like DeepSeek and others, which can automate a lot of these functions. So that's a warning alert.
Yeah, totally. Actually, we have the first-hand experience regarding replacing developers, well, maybe replacing PMs. Let me give you guys some real-life examples. It's crazy. And first of all, I agree with you regarding stereotype with low-level software developers out there. We already have alumni inside Permanent Accelerator. His name is Ken Xu, and he literally his company is building software to replace low-level developers right now. Literally, it's happening right now. It's crazy. His company also raised a lot of funding because they felt like developers so costly. I also heard from some developer friends, some developers they literally because they work from home and then they take like 5 full-time jobs at the same time, and just being able to code and using some like tools, or maybe they're very smart, they're able to do 5 jobs at the same time. That's really happening. People posted anonymously on like Blind or Reddit about software developer taking 5 jobs at the same time, and then the company was like, you know what, let's create like AI tools to replace some entry-level software developers so they can save costs as well. This really is happening, and our students building the software right now. And from business perspective, and also people talk about what PM getting replaced, what kind of people getting replaced. With Frank, last year, 2024, based on the news from Wall Street Journal, is saying that 2024 is the hardest year for white collar workers because lots of jobs getting replaced by AI. But people do not want to publicize it, right? Or you make existing employees feel very nervous nowadays. But it is true. For example, inside PM Accelerator last year, before I went on maternity leave with my second baby, I had 8 full-time employees. After I came back, I downsized my team to be 5 full-time employees because many of the jobs was able to be replaced by AI. It is true, but most people don't want to say it directly. I went through the experience myself to telling you what's look like right now. So therefore, I recommend everybody who is interested in using AI or learning become an AI PM, you can take actions right now, start educate yourself. I just also want to take a quote from Jason Huang from the NVIDIA CEO, and very popular clip of his talk. And he's saying that nowadays people shouldn't be worried that you're getting replaced by AI. You should be worried that you will be replaced by other people who use AI. And businesses, you shouldn't be worried that you're replaced by AI completely. You should be worried that you're replaced by other businesses who use AI, who can be faster, more agile than you and take over your market share. So that's where the edge, like the advantage of AI right now. So therefore, I recommend everybody you start learning any aspect of AI, and we have different kind of free AI courses outside for free on YouTube channel, even Udemy courses. I had selected top 8 AI courses. You guys can get started right away to learning those fundamental of AIs. I think it's critical. Everybody needs to get on the wave. And I truly believe that in the coming 5 years, the AI, like OpenAI API or any company's API equals to today's like cloud. Oh, I'm running my software on cloud. It's like, oh, of course you run on cloud, AWS. And like 5 years later, I feel like, oh, we are building this ABCD product. One of the API we use is OpenAI API or Cloud API, and we also run 5 other API with other database, right? Something it will be one of things people use moving forward. So this is definitely a trend in the future. So therefore, in order to be future proof, I recommend everybody start learning anything about AI. I'm going to drop the 8 recommended AI courses in the show notes as well, so you guys can take a look. And right now, its website is pmaccelerator.io/AI courses. You can go there, download as well. Cool. Austin, let's do this. Let me ask you AI literacy. I'm just expressing my idea for a little bit. What's your opinion regarding AI literacy? Why do you think AI literacy matters in today's era, regardless for businesses or software developers or PM? Tell us more.
Great question. So no matter what categories a developer fall into, like one of the like about 3, there's one thing is super clear. Is all literacies will be the defining skills of the next decades. So understanding how AI works, its limitations, and how to leverage it efficiently will determine your career success. And developers who learn to use AI or other PM and other kind of job as well, and as a tool rather than viewing it as a threat, there will be far more better positions in the industry. And then just keep pushing that down is like how developer can stay ahead. I mean, my recommendation is you should embrace AI as a co-pilot, not a competitor. So that's why I like Microsoft's name, like Copilot. And so AI isn't here to replace really like any kind of the job functions. I mean, you may say that, I do see a lot of people may lost their job. So be careful of my word. I say the job function won't be replaced, but the productivities and the people that who are like using AI to increase efficiency will be changed a lot. Upskilling and specializations. So it's another key. Like developers and the PM, they should focusing on their like high level tasks, such as the complex problem solving, the system architectures, and then like ethical AI implementations, which is the work that AI is not able to do that. And then lastly is you should like experimenting regarding the open source AI, like DeepSeek is easy to access. It is open source and make its AI more accessible. And then even with like more kind of other like simple tools, the automation tools, like no code tools, and that is the regarding of the AI as well. So as the developers or professions, you should exploring that capacities and then try to do more practice or even contribution to this open source project, and so that they can like you can building on top of those AI solutions, which is your own solutions. So final thought of that is the future of the development isn't about competing with AI. It's all about leveraging it. So the profession who integrate AI as a tool into their workflow, they will remain relevant to their job and also on the top of the new tech knowledge. So whether I mean, my reputation is whether you are an experienced engineer or a basic profession like without knowing any kind of code. So now is the time to learn AI, embrace AI, and making that part of you day-to-day workflow and really using as a tool.
Cool, totally agree. Let's start using it. We're using AI every single day. Now, awesome. Let me ask another final technical question. So, do you think will AI become an invisible infrastructure in the future, or will we just see dominant AI product emerge? What do you think?
Good question. So AI infrastructure or AI architectures have gone through a big rapid revolutions over the a few years. And like the model like a transformer model, which is a technical model, has been dominated. And we are already seeing that in the new innovations that could make the change of future of AI. MOE, which is the mixture of expert, that's another framework, is scaling AI efficiently to the promising the next generation architectures of the MOE. This is unlike the traditional models that like actively like our neural network for every single task. The MOE is like selective into a small subset of its network at a given time. So this make AI models more efficient and then reduce the cost of training without sacrificing the performance. So like if back to the yes or no answers, I would say if you are a AI architect, then you need to know those architecture. And then you have to know the details at every single step so you can design a better one. But if you are the second tier of using AI as a tool, then it's most likely it's invisible. Just like, oh, as you mentioned that, oh, everything is on the cloud. So I don't need to worry about like the cloud infrastructure. I just, for this AI, yes, I don't need to worry about AI infrastructure. I just know how to use it.
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk more regarding why do you think MOE is very important today? Mixture of expert.
Because technically, that allows model to be highly scalable, which means that organization can build larger AI system without exponentially increasing the computational cost. And it also enhanced the specializations. So the different experts within that model that handling different type of task is making the system more efficiently in a wide range of applications. And remember that we mentioned that the MLA, which is multi-head, a latent attentions, and that improving the context understanding with another applications. So that is another major achievement, and it is also improvement on the standard attention mechanism in the transformer model. And then to be sure that it giving the system ability to handling the multiple tasks in a low cost way. And then I can deep dive a little bit for the potential returns of the recurrent neural network. And I mean, recurrent neural network is also one of the reinforcement learning method. And in the transformer model, it has largely replaced the traditional RNN, like recurrent neural network, and using another architecture that is specialized for that, because the traditional RNNs is naturally suited for a long sequence data processing. And for example, the real-time translations, like the speech processing and the voice assistant. Some have the financial modeling and then the other like time series data processings. But the performance and also the computational cost are super high. And then the special AI models. And then the focusing the efficiencies, focusing low cost is the top priorities. So the future architect will need to balance both performance and the cost. And guess what? We just said the DeepSeek just achieved that. It's lower the cost. So, and finally, sort of that one is the AI architectures is now the evolving way is incredible great. It has been shifting from like a one dominant models and to multiple specialized architectures. It's already working very well. And then you will see that there's new change of MOE, there's new better version of the MLA, is another generation of the RNN is all being great. So compared with before, now the architecture is much better compared with before.
Cool. And actually, we cover a lot of like deep technical knowledge and also overview regarding what the future needs to be and what the current state of AI development right now. So if I can recap the key three takeaways I want everyone to really think about. One is an open source AI is actually reshaping the industry, because we can see this is more like community-driven model is actually being able to lower the barrier for everybody to build and develop on top of AI. Second, reinforcement learning, which is also driving the next wave of autonomy. And especially if you're interested in diving deeper, you should go look up DeepSeek's GRPO algorithm and how they are using more efficient way to training their models. And finally, and developer must evolve with AI and not compete with AI. And actually, more than developers, everybody out there, including product managers as well. Cool. And Austin, do you have any final thought or advice for developers or product manager navigating today's AI revolution?
If put everything into one sentence is, if you haven't started using AI tools, now is the time. Now is a better time. Today is better than tomorrow.
This is awesome. Thank you for making short and concise. Okay, so everybody, thank you for joining us, and also thank you, Austin, to give us a deep dive today. And if anybody's interested in learning more about this free AI talk, make sure to like this video and like any of our Product Insider podcasts, our YouTube channel, and also leave me a content so I know what kind of new AI free content we need to create for all of you guys. For people who's interested in AI PM Bootcamp or interested in exploring your career as an AI product manager, you should go to our free AI PM workshop where we teach you what's the best way to become AI product manager and fast track your career by going to pmaccelerator.io/AIPN, all capital letters AIPN. Okay, great, cool. All right, thank you for joining me, Austin. Thank you everyone for sending your questions, and make sure to share all our organic content and like this video, and also share our replay of this video as well with any aspiring product managers or any like people who want to break into AI or even learning about AI in general. Okay, really appreciate you guys sharing. And anyone who is interested in AI PM bootcamp, feel free to go to our workshop, and we're gonna put it in the link in the description, the show note, and also in the chat as well. Okay, so thank you for joining us, and looking forward to seeing you guys in our next free AI talk. Thank you guys.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you for having me.